Welcome to a journey through the soul of ancient Japan. In this video, we use AI to bring historic prints to life, transforming these masterpieces into photorealistic reconstructions. Together, we will cross sacred gates and explore the history and legends of Japanese temples through the eyes of the great masters of the time, reimagined for the modern world. From vibrant ukiyo-e prints by Hokusai and Hiroshige to rare photographs that capture the essence of the Meiji and Edo periods. We will see how divine architecture and nature unite in perfect harmony. Prepare to see history etched into every curved roof and feel the devotion that shaped a nation. Sarusawa Pond, Nara. This contemplative scene is considered one of the 8 views of Nara, where sacred architecture and nature unite in perfect harmony. On the tranquil shores of Nara, Sarusawa Pond reflects the 5-story pagoda of Kofukuji Temple like a natural mirror. Built in the year 749 as part of the rituals for the release of creatures from the Buddhist temple, the pond holds a melancholy legend. In the Nara period, a court lady drowned in these waters after an ill-fated love affair with Emperor Heizai. The willows that today surround its waters sway gently, while the pagoda rises in the background amidst the evening mists. Manon Bridge in Fukagawa. Under the majestic arch of Manon Bridge, Hokusai captured one of the boldest views from his celebrated series, 36 Views of Mount Fuji. The bridge crossed the small Unagi River before emptying into the Sumida in the Fukagawa district of Edo. This work from the 1830s demonstrates the master's genius in his artistic maturity. Temple Complex. A rare photograph from the early 20th century reveals the monumental architecture of a Buddhist complex. The central pagoda rises above the curved roofs, while secondary buildings spread harmoniously across the grounds. Centenary pines frame the scene, silent witnesses to centuries of devotion. Miya Torii of Atsuta Shrine. In the village of Miya, the 42nd station of the Tokaido route, a monumental red torii marks the entrance to the venerated Atsuta Shrine. Hiroshige captured pilgrims crossing under the sacred portal, with sailboats navigating Ise Bay in the background. The shrine housed one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan, attracting devotees from all provinces. Miya Reisho Maritime Landscape. In this panoramic view of Miya Station, Hiroshige presents a broader perspective of Atsuta Shrine and its relationship with the sea. Boats loaded with goods cross the turquoise waters, while a small temple with a white roof rests on a wooded islet. In the background, pines shaped by the sea wind decorate the slopes, and sacred architecture emerges from the vegetation. This was one of the visions that rewarded pilgrims after days of walking along the Tokaido. Hakone Gongen Torii at twilight. In the twilight of Izu province, the great red torii of Hakone Gongen Shrine emerges among centenary cedars, reflecting in the sacred lake. Hakone Shrine, situated in the mountains along the Tokaido, offered spiritual refuge to pilgrims exhausted by crossing the mountain passes. The tranquil waters perfectly mirror the portal and the sacred trees, creating a mystical duplication between the earthly and spiritual worlds. First Torii of Atsuta Shrine. Hiroshige portrays visitors approaching the main gate of Atsuta Shrine, where covered platforms house devotees in prayer. The immense black torii frames the view through its massive columns, revealing golden roofs and pagodas in the background. The shrine, dedicated to deities related to the sea and agriculture, maintained its importance since ancient times as the guardian of one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan. Night Festival in Atsuta. In the darkness of the night, torches illuminate the Ukiyo-e festival, horse pursuit at Atsuta Shrine. This night festival was one of the most important events of the religious calendar, attracting crowds from across the Owari region. The scene conveys the fervent devotion that characterized Shinto celebrations of the Edo period. Itsukushima Shrine. A ukiyo-e perspective painting, reveals the famous floating shrine of Itsukushima, built on stilts in the bay. The architectural complex extends harmoniously over the waters, with its red corridors connecting pavilions with curved roofs. Wooded mountains embrace the structure, creating a natural amphitheatre. This shrine, dedicated to the three daughters of the sea god, became one of Japan's most sacred sites. 53 stations of the Tokaido. Travellers pass under a monumental torii on their journey along the Tokaido route. Boats sail in the coastal waters, while pilgrims follow mountain paths. The panoramic composition captures the essence of pilgrimage, the physical journey through varied landscapes, reflecting the inner spiritual quest. Kagura dance. Under the sacred pines of a Shinto shrine, priests and miko, shrine maidens, perform the Kagura dance in honor of the kami, Japanese gods. The Kagura dance, with mythological origins tracing back to the goddess Ami no Uzume, was performed to invoke divine blessings and celebrate seasonal festivities. This intimate representation reveals the everyday rituals that permeated the spiritual life of Japan. 5-story pagoda, Nikko. A woodblock print by Tsuchiya Koitsu portrays the 5-story pagoda of Nikko emerging among colossal cedars. The pagoda, rebuilt in 1818, symbolises the 5 elements of Buddhist cosmology: earth, water, fire, wind, and sky. Meiji Shrine. A coloured woodblock print celebrates the Meiji Shrine, built in Tokyo in the early 20th century to venerate Emperor Meiji and Empress Shokan. The white gravel path stretches in perspective through the cultivated forest, where 100,000 trees were planted from all regions of Japan. This modern shrine synthesises tradition and modernity, symbolising the transformation of Japan during the Meiji era. Homeiji in Zoshigaya. Kitao Shigemasa captures visitors approaching the Homeiji temple through its red torii. The balanced architecture of the gate and the main pavilion demonstrates the symmetry characteristic of Buddhist complexes from the Edo period. Stone lanterns dot the path, offering guidance to the devotees. Zoshigaya, on the outskirts of Edo, offered spiritual refuge to the capital's inhabitants, combining urban accessibility with rural serenity. Buddhist Temple Garden, Tokyo. A stereoscopic photograph from 1901 documents crowds visiting a Buddhist temple in Tokyo during a seasonal festival. The monumental gate with a curved roof serves as a portal between the secular and sacred worlds. This rare image captures the vitality of temples as community centres, not just places of isolated prayer. The stereoscopic format was cutting-edge technology, allowing Westerners to visit Japan through 3D viewers. Mein alter Ikegami Temple. The sumptuous interior of a Buddhist temple in Ikegami reveals ornate altars on multiple levels. Offerings of artificial flowers, bronze incense burners, and golden figurines of deities cover every surface. This photograph from the Meiji period documents the material wealth of great urban temples, funded by centuries of donations from devotees. Each visual element served a devotional purpose, guiding the faithful through the path to enlightenment. Kaneiji Ueno Park. Mossy stone lanterns lined the path at Kaneiji Temple, one of the largest Buddhist complexes in Edo. A sepia photograph captures the melancholy atmosphere after the Boshin War of 1868, when the temple was partially destroyed during battles between shogunate and imperial forces. Ueno was later transformed into a public park, democratizing access to these spaces once reserved for the elite. Toizan Temple Courtyard. Hokusai portrays the inner courtyard of the Toizan Temple in Ueno, where visitors walk under architectural structures on multiple levels. The symmetrical composition emphasizes the order and harmony of Buddhist design, with twin pavilions flanking the central path. Large bronze cauldrons for purification rest near the entrance. Pilgrims in various attire, from samurai to merchants, attest to the universality of Buddhism in the Edo period. Kinryusan under snow. Hiroshige captures the Kinryusan Temple, Sensoji, in Asakusa during a blizzard, when thick flakes cover red roofs and the 5-story pagoda. Kinryusan, Tokyo's oldest temple dedicated to the goddess Kannon, has been a constant destination for pilgrims since the 7th century. Hiroshige masterfully captures the persistence of devotion, despite the harsh weather. Asakusa Kinryusan Hozomon Gate. The majestic Hozomon Gate of Sensoji Temple dominates the composition, its 2 stories painted in red and ochre, rising against the pale sky. The 5-story pagoda rises to the right, marking the horizon. This daytime vision reveals the monumental scale of the complex, which expanded through the centuries thanks to donations from shoguns and merchants. Kinryusan by Hiroshige II. In the interpretation of Hiroshige II, the master's successor, the Sensoji Temple appears in a more colourful and detailed composition. The aerial view reveals the complete spatial organisation: front gate, main pavilion, pagoda, and auxiliary structures distributed harmoniously. Even following the master's tradition, Hiroshige II imprinted his own sensibility on the familiar scene. First visit to the shrine. A 1910 illustration documents the Hatsumairi ritual, the first visit of a newborn to the local shrine. Families dressed in formal kimonos present babies to the kami, seeking protection and blessings. The torii in the background marks the transition from the profane to the sacred world. This practice, maintained to this day, strengthened community ties and ensured spiritual continuity through generations. Ukiyoe Fujisawa. Hiroshige portrays pilgrims approaching the Ukiyoe Temple in Fujisawa, the 6th station of the Tokaido. This temple of the Jodo sect was a mandatory stop for travellers, offering lodging and spiritual comfort. Rural workers crossed the landscape with loads, contrasting with pilgrims in travel robes. Ronin at Kinkakuji. A dramatic scene of the 47 Ronin entering the Kinkakuji temple in a snowy landscape to pay homage to their avenged master. Warriors dressed in armour and kimonos marched orderly through the snow, carrying the head of Kira Yoshinaka. This epic moment in Japanese history, the Chushingura, became a constant theme in theatre, art and literature. Famous places of the Eastern capital. Hiroshige presents multiple views of Edo's temples and shrines in a panoramic composition. This visual synthesis celebrates Edo as a city of 1,000 temples, where each neighbourhood maintained its own devotional centres. The spontaneous arrangement captures the organic organisation of the capital, which grew through centuries without rigid central planning. Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. Hiroshige captures the legendary Kinkakuji in Kyoto, whose top 2 floors are completely leafed in gold. The pavilion is reflected in the tranquil waters of the Kofukuji Pond, while carefully shaped pines frame the vision. The golden building symbolises the Buddhist Pure Land paradise, a materialisation of the spiritual in the earthly realm. Our journey through the temples and sacred art of Japan comes to a close, but the exploration of history never ends. Thank you so much for joining us on this visual and spiritual journey. Please leave a comment below. I would love to know where in the world you are watching from. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future historical reconstructions, and like the video. It truly helps bring this content to more history enthusiasts. See you in next video!